Okay, we're continuing with the review for Chapter 6 in Algebra 2, Sections 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, and 6.5. And this is my models for 13 and 14. I think I probably get the next one in too. Okay, so what we're going to do here is try and come up with the polynomial that has these answers. Now let me just discuss off to the side. I'll use a different color to show this here. If you have a factor of 3x minus 8, then if that's part of a bigger problem, okay, when you set that factor equal to 0, the number behind the x eventually ends up on top of the fractional answer, and the number on the bottom was originally in front of the x. But you do have to change the sign of the first one. So you change the sign of that back one and put it over the other one, okay? So now when we go back up here, we'll be able to decipher a couple of these. All right, so let's just kind of think through this one that says negative 5/4. What we know from that is there had to have been a 4 in front of the x, otherwise we wouldn't be dividing by 4. And the number behind it has to be plus 5, so that when we set it equals 0, it would become minus 5. So you change the sign of the top number and put the other one in front of the x. Now, if I write this as a 1 underneath there, then we can take the same approach on that one. So it's going to be 1x, although you could leave that off, and then the top number you change the sign. And then when there's just an x, you picture putting an x there because it would set it equal to 0. Okay, so there's the function. It's just not in standard form, so we got a little bit more work ahead of us, but we have our answer, just not in the right format. So I'll put the x in front. This is going to give 4x squared. On the outside we have 5x, but that's minus 32x there. I'll go ahead and combine those. And then you have minus 40 at the back. And finally, you multiply everything by x to finish this off. So it's just kind of working backwards on the problems we've been having, okay? So think of this as a 5 over 1 on the next one, and you're going to get 1x minus 5 there. And then the 3 on the bottom, well, you put your positive on top. So 1x, okay, I'm doing this wrong here. The bottom number is going to be 3, and the top number is negative 1, so I'll put a plus 1 there. And then once again, the bottom number goes in front of the x, and you change the sign of the other number. And now all we have to do is multiply this out. So I'm going to put my x minus 5 on hold. And here you get 9x squared minus 6x plus 3x combines to that. And finally minus 2 back here. And we're going to take the x times all three of those. We'll distribute that x. Oops, 9x to the cube, third power. And then x times the next one is minus 3x squared, and x times the negative 2. And then I do the negative 5 and combine them here in a minute. So that's going to be plus 15x on the next column, and finally plus 10 on the end. And I'll have to remember to put that plus 0 on there when I'm done here. There we go. We got our polynomial in standard form that has those solutions. Okay, so the last one here is actually pretty simple. And I'm going to show this problem written out the long way without the exponents because it'll help me explain it. And it's kind of tedious here. I got 3 of those 6x minus 5s. And finally, an x plus 4. Okay, if I set this equal to 0, I'll get x equals 0. The same argument goes here. That's a multiplicity of 2 when it happens twice. And you can see that it lines up with the exponent I had over there. This will end up with an answer of 5/6. And so will the next two. And since that happens 3 times, its multiplicity is 3. And the easy way is come over here and look for the exponent. It's 3 over there. And the last one shows up once. So our answer there, -4, is just going to have a multiplicity of 1. And often that multiplicity of 1 is left off, but go ahead and put it on this review. Okay, so that does it for problems 13, 14, and 15 in the notes.